Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Fun Fans Podcast. I'm your host, James Dillard. With me, as always, my co-host, Bailey Jackson. How you doing, Bailey?
I'm good. I'm good. You know what this is? It's the most wonderful time of the year because starting Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday, it's wall-to-wall basketball.
Wall-to-wall basketball. But today is Hump Day. We got a little midweek show for you. Just when you thought the madness was enough, the basketball was enough, but we are in court. So we're going to talk about that along with the basketball. And we have somebody live on scene that we might be able to talk to at the Clemson Carolina softball game. So hopefully that'll happen. And of course, we'll catch up on all the other Clemson spring sports. But first, the Fun Fans are a proud part of the Fanboys Fangirls Sports Podcasting Network. If you're a true sports fan, the Fanboys Fangirls is perfect for you. Find various nationwide podcasts and other sports media at thefanboys.com and on all forms of social media. The Fun Fans Podcast is the official podcast for Clemson fans.
Yeah, don't forget about Ruben's Food, Sports, Spirits, and Catering, the best wings around with 2 locations in the upstate. That's 1083 Batesville Road in Greer and 11028 Anderson Road in Piedmont. Find them at rubensc.com. And I'm pretty sure you can order online and go by there and pick it up or do whatever you want to do. Ruben's is simply a great place to eat for all sports fans.
That's right.
What would be better than all that basketball and some wings from Ruben's?
Nothing. Just do what you want to do, Bailey says. Go by there and get what you want to get.
That's right.
It's all good stuff. All right. Speaking of basketball, we're going to start with a public service announcement. I'm stealing this from I can't remember his name, but somebody I saw on Facebook. You got to remember, sports fans, Clemson fans, the Clemson game is at 3:10 p.m. Eastern time. If you see it listed at 2:10, that's the Central time in Memphis, and it's on True TV. So you might want to go now and make sure you get True TRU, no E, TV. Bailey, do you get True TV?
I do, yes.
Yes. All right. So we're good to go.
I will set up a guide Thursday and Friday that has TBS, TNT, True TV, and CBS, and those will be the only 4 channels on that guide, so I can go bam, 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 bam.
Well, is that YouTube TV?
No, Spectrum, but I'll have 3 TVs set up by then.
Well, see, we've talked about this as a fan before at football season, how YouTube TV went to multi-game. Right. They're doing that. I think they're doing that for basketball. And I didn't know this. My wife discovered this, but you can move where you put the channels on the channel guide.
Right.
So we're going to put all 4 of those channels together, kind of like we might could create a little group. I don't know about that, but we'll definitely put them together on the guide, and that'll make it a much better fan experience. Okay, so we are a 6 seed. We are in Memphis, and we are playing New Mexico, the Lobos, which is Spanish for the Lobos. All right.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on the matchup, Bailey?
All right. So New Mexico is one of the hottest teams in the country, coached by the son of Rick Pitino, Richard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess you could call him Rick too. But they are high powered. They run up and down the court. They play at a very fast pace. And Clemson is actually a little bit of an underdog, which
2.5 points.
Been favorable for the Tigers this year.
Very good.
It's all about shots going in. But fans, here's what I want you to do. Just have fun. Pull for the Tigers. The 6 seed is one of the highest seeds they've ever gotten. I think they've been a 2 one time, a 4 another time, maybe another 4 somewhere. But it's all good. It's all great.
Yeah. You know? People are already saying, if you're going to be negative, I've defended the fan, it being short for fanatic and, being able to express how they feel, because you express how you feel, but express how you feel, when something's going, when we get passionate during the game. Before the game, if you've got this one and done attitude, that's just, you're only hurting yourself. I think you explore your feelings. You're smart enough.
What we're going to have to do is, move to another country, because the United States of America, this is what we do now.
This is what we do.
We have a little success, and now it's like, We should win every game.
Every game.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
So hang in there, enjoy it, fans. So my take, I've heard they have some really good guard play, which is traditionally what it takes to win in the tournament. We have really good guard play, so that's good. But I've heard that when it comes to the down low, the post play, that we would have an advantage there. So the fact that they're favored,
Clemson just can't get behind. So we've talked about this, and we've talked about this. If Clemson hits the first couple threes of the game,
it's on.
They get real tough to guard then, because then you got to take away the three, and you got to take away the inside. But if they get into a situation where they're not making shots, they start pounding it inside, you can't get down by too many points, because then if you're pounding it inside the paint, that's 2 points. Outside the 3-point line is 3 points.
Right.
So it's harder to catch up. But you know what? Just pull for your team.
Pull for your team. Enjoy it. No matter what, have fun. I hope some fans were able to make it there. I actually mapped it out and looked at tickets and all this kind of stuff. And then I got to thinking that, when they win, they'll play again Sunday. I got to go back to work Monday. I'm like, well, I'm on spring break. I can go and blah, blah, blah. Well, that would kind of fall onto the not
Thursday, Saturday would have been better for you.
Yes. Huh? Yes, for sure. So we'll be supporting the Tigers from here in the upstate South Carolina. And speaking of South Carolina, the other team in the mix here, we've got our friends down in Columbia playing Thursday. They play tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said that something about a lot of fouls in that game. FOWL rim shot. Let's see, where's my rim shot? Too late.
Ducks and Gamecocks. Do you have that sound effect?
Yeah, too late. It's too late. It's okay.
It is.
All right, but that was fun. I just found out that the Clemson versus South Carolina softball game is headed to the 12th inning. So we'll try to keep tabs on that one. Valerie Cagle is not playing. She was not even dressed out, so that was not good news for the Tigers.
No.
All right, so
she's everybody's All-American.
Yeah. Obviously, just real quick, Gamecock girls, they're going to beat whoever they play for a while probably, and they're going to play PC. Other Palmetto teams. PC's playing. Who are they playing? Oh man,
they're actually playing right now. I think.
Yes, right now. Yes, SHU.
Sam Houston's.
No, I was just watching it. Shoe on their cheerleaders outfit. It said shoe. SHU.
Seton Hall.
Anyway, and they were up by about 10.
Seton Hall.
Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart.
I mean, that would have been my next guess.
Yeah, it's close. And is there another men's team from the Palmetto? Is Charleston in it, right?
Charleston, yeah. They play Alabama.
So good luck to them. Hopefully they'll beat Alabama. We're all about the Palmetto State teams around here until we start playing.
Kelsey's a great coach at Charleston. He told me one time he made Coffee nervous. He had so much energy.
He's the Chuck Norris of basketball coaches.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So speaking of awesome, Clemson has filed. Are we suing the ACC, or is it a case against the whatever you want to call it? We have officially
I read
filed
it today.
You read the whole thing?
But have you ever read a legal document? I still don't know what it said.
Way too,
I mean, I can read, and I can comprehend. And it's like, we're suing for more information and whether or not they could actually enforce the exit penalty for leaving the ACC.
Yeah. So, and we filed in Pickens County Court, which was interesting step number one, which, I mean, I guess that's where Clemson would file.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like they're just trying to get a third party opinion on, like you just said, what does this really, really, really mean?
Well, it says in there that Clemson can control their own television rights if they're not in the ACC. But then it's saying, okay, you can do that, but you can't get out of the ACC without paying this tremendous fee.
Right. So what's your take on the whole thing?
I don't know. I mean, be careful. All I can say is be careful what you ask for, because we've talked about this 1,000 times too. Do you really, really want to play SEC football every week? I mean,
So
maybe you do.
yeah,
It's all about money.
it's all
Maybe
about
you
money.
do. And maybe, I mean, the ACC has fallen behind, and
Yes.
Clemson has not. Clemson has SEC facilities. They have Big Ten facilities. They have what everybody else has. That's one of those teams. Florida State has it. So,
Well, that's been my thought. I think it's a huge amount of money, but that is from that one source. It's a difference of, long story short, if people don't know, the SEC Big Ten per school is looking to get $40 to $60 million more per year than the schools in the ACC and the Big 12, and of course the Pac 12 is not even a thing anymore.
right.
So you're looking at $40 to $60 million of revenue to help your athletic program, which is an exorbitant amount of money. However, is what I said before, Clemson athletic budget, I don't know what it is, but it's already in the triple digit millions of dollars, I'm sure. And it's not like 40 to 50, 60 million wouldn't be another, nice little chunk. But what is the percent? What is that chunk? Is it going to be worth, but the thing now is, and what may have gotten Clemson going, is the way they structured the 14-team playoff in 2026.
Right.
Those conferences have a higher percentage. They have guaranteed, or more. ACC has guaranteed spots, but they have more guaranteed spots. It's just that ESPN and those guys running the TV, it's the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules, and they have all the money. And, it's better to be with one of those guys than not. Or like we could sit here and say, well, let's stay with ACC. We win the ACC all we got to do is finish second. You still make the playoffs now, and you still
Right.
make all this money. Are we really that far behind? So I'm with you on that. So, but I kind of feel like we had to do it. However, let's ponder. This is my take on the thing.
Deep thoughts.
So
Jack Handy.
Where was all this? What does this stuff mean when you were signing the document? We could take the view that, and this is the view the ACC's taking, you signed it. It is a legal binding contract, and you signed it. Here's how much it costs to get out. If you want out, cut the check and quit all this moaning and groaning and grinding. You signed it. So, I don't, Florida State and Clemson both now saying, well, let's get a judge to tell us exactly what this means. Where was all that when you were signing the blame thing in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you go to buy a car, you better look over that document, because in my whole latest saga with the car, I realized that I was paying for like a service agreement with this dealership that I didn't really check out in detail, or I would have been using it, but it was in 30 miles from here. So it's not like you go by there.
Right.
Like, I like convenient service arrangements with,
don't we all,
dealerships.
Right.
That's why the last two cars I have purchased have been within 4 miles of my house.
Yeah, so, you got to read what you're signing. I don't know that this is my prediction. So we've gone to what we think. My prediction is they're going to just tie it up in courts, and they're hoping the ACC gets sick of being in court, and maybe they will. We're spending all this money in court and spending all this money on lawyers, and maybe the ACC will say, fine. Well, they'll come to an agreement. They'll come to a settlement, just like a lot of other court stuff. Never end up in court. So here you can buy out for, and maybe they cut it in half or something. If they cut it in half, it's $140-something million. If they cut that in half, you'll make up that money in 3 years.
You make that back in 1 year.
Yeah.
And our ticket prices go up. All right, so
that too.
I think one of these days, eventually, the ACC will look more like Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, App State, East Carolina, Coastal Carolina,
Agreed.
Georgia Tech, and it'll just be the guys in football that don't pursue that huge conference.
It's going to be a major conference, but the SEC and Big Ten are on their way to being the super conference, the
mega
conference, or whatever you want to call it. But speaking of doing your paperwork, fill out your bracket. Fun Fans bracket pool. Fill it out. There's links all over our social media. If you were in it last year, I'm not going to send any more emails because I hate when people do that. I've sent one or two. But fill it out. There's going to be a prize for the winner. And don't forget to do that. It'll be too late when? Noon tomorrow, I guess, right?
Yeah, once we tip off, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. So
I sent my email reminders out today.
Make sure you and your mom get in the pool.
I'm in.
Okay.
I mean, everybody else can get in. When I win, I'm just going to let the second place get the prize.
That's right. But you know what else is like getting a prize?
W energy drink. Jitterless, all natural energy. And if you purchase at w.gg and use the Fun Fans or the Fanboys promo code, you can get 15% off.
Get it.
So let's do it, people. You're going to need energy to watch all those games. They start at noon and they go till early in the morning.
One after another. Hey, and get 15% off at truevictory.com. I got my True Victory t-shirt on tonight with promo code TheFanboys. That's been scrolling across our screen all the time. All right, so just a couple more announcements, and the Lady Gamecocks have the bases loaded with one out, but that's the top of the inning, so we'll see what happens there. That's my most recent update. But speaking of other updates, baseball beat Winthrop. They're playing PC tonight.
Yeah, it's on in the other room. They're all over PC.
All right, and host Notre Dame this weekend. So go baseball.
The Fighting Irish.
Fighting Irish up there. And they
the best picture ever.
They jumped in the polls after
top 5 in every poll now.
Yeah. So Clemson baseball is doing really well. Just got to keep it up. And softball, we've updated about playing tonight. Maybe we'll still be on the air when it's over, maybe not. And those ladies go to Virginia this weekend. And speaking of this weekend,
Tar Heels.
Do what? Yeah, swept Tar Heels. Speaking of this weekend, in Clemson this weekend is the alumni takeover. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but go to the Alumni Association page and see some information there. The weather's not supposed to be great, so but this is only the second time they've had it. It was a really good time last year from what I heard. And I was planning on going until the weather, and plus my daughter has a track meet on Saturday, but just go check that out. And it looked like a lot of fun. So last few announcements. Bailey, did you see, you ever watch The Amazing Race?
No, because when TV became reality and when reality became TV, it's kind of when I started watching sporting events exclusively and streaming shows.
Yeah, now that you can stream, you can watch sports pretty much almost 24/7 or every afternoon and evening. That's Absolutely. For sure. But former Clemson great Rod Garner, you remember Rod Garner, right?
It's the push-off guy, the armbar guy.
Yeah,
the Gamecocks.
He and his wife are going to be on The Amazing Race. Have you heard that?
Yeah. Now I kind of, when I actually watch The Amazing Race, I like it. I like Naked and Afraid on the Discovery Channel. That blows my mind. But I have watched some Amazing Race episodes. But yeah, the Bachelor and the Bachelorette and the 80-year-old Bachelor and the older ladies looking for love. Come on. I can't do it.
Farmer needs a wife.
Well, yeah, can't do that either.
We'll be pulling for Rod and his wife. And I don't know if you follow those folks on social media, and they are very much in shape folks. I mean, Rod has not let the least little bit of
Amazing Race, you have to use your noggin too.
Hopefully, I'm sure he's got a noggin, but they definitely are fit and ready to go. The dude is cut.
Well, we'll have to get no guest is too big.
Yeah,
for this podcast.
Can get Rod on
there
here
next,
and we could have our own Amazing Race episode of Fun Fans. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get going there. All right. Speaking of getting going, UFL is coming later this month. Don't forget. And what else is coming next month? Early next month, April.
The Renegades 6th. Coming for you.
Roughnecks.
What's coming
Roughnecks.
next month? I interrupted you.
It's April 6th is the Clemson spring game. So don't forget about that one. And that Baylor, that's all I got. Then the last update, the game is not over. But the Gamecocks are now up by 3 runs, and apparently we're headed to the bottom of the 12th or 13th or something. So hopefully the Lady Tigers can put some runs.
That
on the
would
board.
be a really big win for the Gamecock softball program.
Yes, it would. And hopefully,
but they put the runner on second. They did the international extra inning rule, where they put a runner on second automatically. It's the best rule ever put in sports.
Well, I agree.
They do it in Major League Baseball too in the 10th inning in the regular season. Yep, it's awesome. Speaking of Major League Baseball, opening day for the O's is the 28th.
If you're new to the show, the Fun Fans podcast is also a fan of the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes, and this part of it at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any other team to pull for, so I'll pull for the O's with you. But anything else today, Bailey? We're ready to come back Sunday?
Yeah, I guess that's about it.
That's about it. When we come back Sunday, Clemson will be 2-0 and headed to the Sweet 16. I'm predicting Sweet 16. Craig Mobley we had on here. If you didn't see our show last Sunday, go back and watch last Sunday's show. Bailey and I talked afterwards. It was one of the best shows. It was a very special show. You got to go check that out. But Craig said that he had this Elite 8 kind of feeling going on for the Tigers. I'm predicting Sweet 16. Bailey don't like making predictions. You want to make a prediction?
I'm going to predict that one game at a time is what it's going to take.
Yes, it's a true. He can't not be a coach.
We're not thinking about the next one until we take care of this one.
That's right. All right. Well, we can't wait though. We definitely hope you enjoy the games and the brackets as a whole. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey, we're talking about guests. We need to get Perry Mason on the show since we're in court and everything. That'd be funny. Good luck to the Tigers in the big dance. Don't forget to complete your bracket with the Fun Fans. And I can smell that spring game right around the corner. Thanks again for joining us each and every Sunday and Wednesday. Don't forget to click subscribe on the Fun Fans Podcast YouTube channel, as well as your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on all social media, and feel free to share the podcast on your social media. On behalf of the Fun Fans Podcast, Jay Thriller Entertainment, the Fanboys Fangirls Podcast Network, and Bailey Jackson.
If we're going to have Perry Mason, we also have to have Hamilton Berger, who never won a court case. He never won a trial because he's the only lawyer that Perry Mason ever tried a case against.
There you go.
We out. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.